J'appelle notre dernier candidat, Philippe Xu. Bonjour. Donc Philippe, vous venez de l'université de Compiègne, vous êtes doctorant en informatique.
Oui.
Et vous aimez beaucoup les films de science-fiction, d'animation, donc peut-être que ça nourrit aussi...
Clairement, souvent quand on regarde les choses en science-fiction, on se dit qu'est-ce que ce serait bien de les avoir en réalité. Et je pense que l'un des travaux des chercheurs, c'est de transformer la science-fiction en réalité, lorsque c'est possible.
J'ai même entendu dire qu'il y avait une espèce de fusion, en fait. C'est que maintenant, notamment dans un certain nombre de studios hollywoodiens, il y avait des laboratoires de recherche, et que les laboratoires de recherche fournissaient une partie des sujets des films, pas seulement la manière de les traiter.
Oui, tout à fait, et ça c'est vraiment impressionnant parce que, d'une certaine manière, on voit que les progrès des sciences, ça peut parfois dépasser même l'imaginaire des cinéastes, et la réalité devient science-fiction, et ça peut aussi arriver.
Bon, bah Philippe, on va vous écouter, on va voir si vous êtes sur la science-fiction ou sur la science, tout simplement, ou sur un mélange des deux. Voilà, vous avez un petit accessoire, oui, je crois. Vous avez 3 minutes, on vous écoute.
You have arrived at your destination. Oh, hi. I don't know if you have noticed, but I was driving. Well, kind of. Actually, the car was driving itself. This is called an autonomous car. Actually, it may still look like science fiction, but actually we are really getting pretty close to it. Compared to a human driver, an intelligent and autonomous car can be much more efficient in many aspects. It cannot get tired, it doesn't lose its attention, and obviously it can't get drunk, right? And also its perception can be enhanced with many sensors. You can put cameras all around your car. You can also use a laser sensor so that you can have very precise 3D information. You can even put infrared camera on it so that you can see at night. However, despite all these very efficient sensors, human perception and the reasoning capability of our brain still outperform the machines. But there is one thing that the machines can do and that no human can actually do in the real life. Machines can communicate with each other through a network, and they can share information with each other and help each other. That means the car that is driving in front of you, well, it can tell you in advance that maybe there is a pedestrian crossing the street and that you should be careful. And also, a car could share its intended trajectory, say, I'm going to turn right. So all the other cars can adapt. But communication is not only limited to vehicles. It could also be extended to infrastructure. You can imagine traffic signs, traffic light, they could also provide very useful information for the cars. You can go even further. You can imagine an intelligent road. A road that could also perceive its environment. Tells you how many cars there is, whether there is an accident somewhere, and share all this information through a digital map. All this kind of information, well, a human driver couldn't possibly get them with our eyes. But an intelligent car, they can gather all this information, have a global understanding of the scene, and then try to compute the best way to get you to your destination. The result of all these could be really incredible. We could dramatically reduce the number of car accidents. Actually, it's the #1 cause of death for young people. Over 1 million people die every year of car accidents. Also, we could better handle traffic congestions by optimizing the traffic flow. And this will have a direct ecological effect by decreasing pollution. And finally, having an autonomous car would make transportation much more comfortable.
Are there, if we have autonomous cars and maybe intelligent roads, what are the the risks of hacking these cars and these roads?
Thank you for that question. It's a very important question, and also a difficult one. It's one of the very hard topic in computer science, how to build a safe system. Actually, it was proven that you cannot build a perfect system. That means the hacker will always have one step further ahead. There would always be delicate or very difficult to find breach, but you have to do it as safe as possible. But I agree, this is something that is critical. And I don't have the answer, and I know it's a difficult question, but still, for some systems, we can say that they are still pretty safe until it's proven that it's not. Okay.
You think that the people can be bored, perhaps, if they have no activities when conduce a car?
Well, of course, some people love driving, and they don't use it as a simple tool for transportation. It doesn't mean that having an autonomous car, it doesn't mean that you can't drive. You can still have your own car and driving as usual. But if you don't want, or if you can't, or you don't know how to drive, in the future you may still be able to have your own car.
You say in the future, could it be in the future soon, or is it in 20, 40, 50 years?
I will reply with a typical answer, which is, in about 20 years, we could see that. But if you look at some speeches of researchers, it's always 20 years, 20 years. Why? Because it looks far away, but not so much. So, it's really hard to say when it will come. But believe me, it will come.
Do you have examples of prototypes that already works?
Yes, there are actually quite a lot of research labs that are working on it. Maybe you've heard about this famous Google car. They've been working they've done very impressive stuff. Their car have driven over 1 million kilometers already, fully autonomously. They are also, I think in the UK, they've recently passed a law so that I forgot which university, I think maybe it's Cambridge, they are now allowed to drive their car on a real road. So it's starting to come real. But from this prototype to the final machine, there's still some work to do. And also, in our own lab, we have also vehicles that drive themselves. So we are also contributing in this field.